All right, guys. So lesson 2 notes on inequalities is all about solving inequalities with addition and subtraction. So today we're going to be talking about how we solve for an inequality that's very similar to what we did before break with solving equations. So to solve an inequality, our goal is to get x by itself, or your variable alone. So we're going to do that by using inverse operations to isolate that variable. Remember, an inverse operation is opposite. So the opposite of addition is subtraction. The opposite of multiplication is division. So we go in, for number 1, it's saying, hey, a number plus 7 is less than 23. Well, what we're going to do, all right, is you can draw on your railroad tracks. I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to subtract 7 on both sides. I now have x is less than 23 minus 7 is 16. So we get x has to be less than 16. I'm going to go in and graph it. So if this is 14, if this is 15, if this is 16, my circle is going to be open and my arrow is going to the left. Any number going to the left of 16 would make that statement true. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is 13, this is 12. Well, pick a point to check it. Is 12 less than 16? Because that's right here. Yes, so I know it works. So to check, you're going to pick any number that works in the solution. Put that number in the place of the variable in the original equality. So inequality. To do that, I'm going to go back to this guy here. I'm going to plug 12 in for x. Is 12 plus 7 less than 23? Well, 12 plus 7 is 19. Is 19 less than 23? Yes. So I know the solution is true. Let's try another one. Goal is to get y by itself. To do that, I'm going to subtract both sides by 14. So I get y is greater than or equal to 15. I'm going to go ahead and graph that. So I'll say that this is 15. I've got 16, 17. This would be 14 and 13. Would my circle be opened or closed? Well, we learned yesterday my circle will be closed. And my arrow is greater than or equal to, so it's going to the right. To check, we're going to rewrite that original inequality. 14 plus y is greater than or equal to 29. Pick a point. I'm going to say 17. Is 14 plus 17 greater than or equal to 29? Well, I know 17 plus 14 would be 31. Is 31 greater than or equal to 29? Yes, so that statement is true. Let's try this next one. Goal is to get h by itself. I'm going to add 6 to both sides because the opposite of minus 6 is plus 6. So I'll get h is greater than 27. We're going to go in and graph that. So this is going to be 27, 28, 29, and I'll finish my graph. I've got 26 and 25. My circle is going to be open, and it's going to the right because it's greater than that. I'm going to pick a number, so I'm going to say 30 because that would make this statement true. Is 30 minus 6 greater than 21? Well, 30 minus 6 is 24. Is 24 greater than 21? Yes, so I know my statement is correct. All right, down below, this one's flipped, which is totally okay. What I'm going to do is go ahead, draw on my railroad tracks. I want to get f by itself. To do that, I'm going to add 21 to both sides. I end up getting 3 is less than or equal to f. Now for me, I like to get that variable first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this back. Now that I've solved it, I'm going to flip it back. I'll get f. Since I'm flipping this so that f is first, I need to flip my inequality. So it's no longer going to be less than or equal to. It's going to be greater than or equal to 3. Do you notice how I just flipped everything in here? That's going to help me with graphing. So let's go ahead and graph this. We have 3, 4, and 5, and 1, 2, and 3. My circle, will it be opened or closed? Well, closed, because it's or equal to. And my arrow is going to the right. Pick a number. I'm going to say 10 because that would make that statement true. Plug it into your original inequality. We have negative 18 is less than or equal to 10 minus 21. We get negative 18 is less than or equal to negative 11. Is negative 18 less than or equal to negative 11? Yes, so I know my statement is correct. I'm going to have you pause the video and go ahead and try 1 through 6. Actually, 1 through 10. Give you guys about 5 minutes to do that. So pause the video and I will give you 5 minutes and then I'll go ahead and go over the answers. All right, so for number 1, you should have added 8 to both sides because remember we're talking inverse or the opposite. So I get x is greater than 31. Number 2, I'm going to subtract 14 on both sides because that's the opposite of addition. I get x is less than, this becomes a 12, that's going to be an 8, 48. Forgot to borrow. This one, I'm going to do the opposite of minus 9, which is plus 9. So I'll get x is greater than negative 1. Number 4, we're going to subtract 3.8 from both sides to get x by itself. So I'll get x is less than or equal to, if I do 7.4 minus 3.8, this 7 becomes a 6, that 4 is a 14. 14 minus 8 is 6, 6 minus 3 is 3, so I'll get x is less than or equal to 3.6. Number 5, I'm going to subtract 11 on both sides. So I'll get x is greater than or equal to negative 25. 6, I'm going to add 9 to both sides. So I'll get x is greater than 24. Number 9, I'm going to start by adding 5 to both sides. So I'll get x is greater than 2. My circle will be open, going to the right. 10, I'm going to subtract 4 on both sides. So I get x is less than 2. Circle is open and going to the left. All right, so these are solving inequalities with addition and subtraction. Your homework tonight is the lesson 2 homework, all right, and there are some IXLs on the team calendar for you to do as well.